Tonight, companies big and small at home and around the world feel the impact of a technology outage. One Saskatoon family gives back to a skateboarding organization in honor of their son.
Where have all the flowers gone?
And an initiative in Regina Beach invites residents to get creative and add some color to community streets.
This is CBC Saskatchewan News.
It is Friday, July 19th, and the CBC Saskatchewan News starts right now. I'm Ethan Williams. Thanks for joining us tonight. A global technology outage is affecting Microsoft operating systems and causing massive disruptions for companies and services around the world. It's been tied to a faulty software update by the cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike. Here's more from the company's CEO about what went wrong.
The system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused an issue with the Microsoft operating system.
Referred to as a blue screen of death. Airlines, large and small businesses, banks, and healthcare systems are among those experiencing outages. The number of flights delayed globally is estimated at more than 20,000. Here in Canada, Porter Airlines canceled all flights, but Air Canada and WestJet are not reporting any issues. CrowdStrike is based in Texas and has more than 20,000 subscription customers worldwide. The company says they're working to resolve the issue. And here in Saskatchewan, only minimal effects have been reported so far as a result of the outage. Alexander Kwan has that story.
As the rest of the world struggled to deal with a global IT outage Friday, Saskatchewan has appeared to emerge mostly unaffected. Airports in both Regina and Saskatoon experienced very little trouble, with major American airlines such as Delta, American, and United being hit hard by the outage. Larger airports in Toronto and Vancouver have experienced long delays. Here in Saskatchewan, the airports were urging travelers, especially those with connecting flights to the States, to check schedules before leaving. The Saskatchewan Health Authority says Healthline 811 is back up and running after some technical difficulties this morning. Saskatoon Transit was one organization dealing with issues for most of the day. Both Saskatoon Transit and Access Transit say they were dealing with phone line disruptions, and neither service was able to receive incoming calls. Real-time bus locations and mobile ticketing purchases have been spotty as well. The Saskatchewan Rough Riders say everything is running smoothly after experiencing issues around downloading and transferring tickets this morning. But that has since been resolved, and public-facing ticketing systems are now operating normally. That's good news for the Rough Riders, who are expecting a big crowd at tonight's game against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Alexander Kwan, CBC News, Regina.
To other news now. As we told you yesterday, the future of the celebrated Canadian Forces snowbirds may be up in the air. The Department of National Defence is considering retiring older equipment, including the Snowbirds Airshow jets. They've flown the same aircraft for their entire history, and the federal defense minister says there are some deeply concerning safety issues with the planes. The Snowbirds were, of course, created in Moose Jaw in 1971, and the team's first show as the Snowbirds took place in that city. Moose Jaw's mayor says the decision is not surprising, but he hopes the iconic symbols of Canadian pride remain in place.
The Snowbirds are part of the fabric of our community, and I think there's more than 50 employees that are currently working for the Snowbirds and their families, and they're all here in the city of Moose Jaw. And yeah, there's a spin-off effect. I mean, they buy things locally, they purchase things locally, and they're a big part of our economy, and we certainly hope that they never leave.
Tolly hopes a new and better aircraft will be found. The Department of National Defence says recent upgrades will get the planes through the rest of the Snowbirds' current season. The Saskatoon Fire Department is taking on a new role in that city. Earlier this month, it took over the Community Support Program. It's a year-round foot patrol team that tries to keep city streets safer. The fire department has spent the past couple of weeks now preparing its 12 full-time employees to patrol the city's business areas, transit buses, and bus terminals. And we follow them around to learn more about what they do.
We're here at the downtown transit terminal, one of the one of the main terminals that we have, and obviously being downtown, the busiest kind of terminal or hub for the transit system. So this would be one spot that some of our new fire community support staff would attend, and they'll patrol the terminal and just start conversations with people, maybe check on somebody that just doesn't seem to be doing well.
Doing okay? Yeah, getting some shade? Have you been inside to cool off anywhere yet? Do you want some places to go, some cool off locations? Okay, we'll bring back water for you for sure.
We're just looking to make that connection with the public and just offer that help and that support and make connections.
There you go. Second cup helped us out today. Normally I have my vehicle with bottled water, but I'm on foot right now. So. Okay, take care, man.
Whether it be a tourist looking for the latest restaurant or directions to a hotel or one of our great businesses here in Saskatoon, or whether it's somebody that's just looking to get help with maybe where they can get food or where they can secure food for the day, or how to access housing, or maybe where the Ministry of Social Services office is located.
Everyone okay? You good? Some water? Okay, we'll do a water drop here shortly, guys, okay?
We do get involved with somebody that's maybe causing a disturbance. Now that's a minor disturbance. Somebody that's maybe just, maybe they're being a little bit arrogant. They can call us and we can come and just have a chat with that individual, maybe politely ask them to come outside. Maybe we're gonna get them some assistance getting somewhere else. But if it escalates beyond that and actually becomes more of an altercation or an assault style incident, that's a police matter.
A Saskatoon skateboarding group is hosting a celebration tomorrow. That's because a local family has just made a big donation to their program for marginalized youth. Jason Warwick has that story.
Bryson Sheldon says skateboarding changed his life.
Skating is a form of expression in my eyes, and whether it be from riding, or you're a freestyle skater, or you ride in the bowl, or you just like to use it for transportation, or you're just grinding a rail, all of it's fun.
The 18-year-old says it's all thanks to a Saskatoon group called Right to Skate. The program has supplied Sheldon and other youth with free skateboards, shoes, and other support. Now he's one of their biggest promoters.
It means so much. It honestly means the world to me to be able to be blessed with this equipment. Having Sarah help me and all the members in my community always supporting me and having my back no matter what.
Right to Skate is hosting a celebration tomorrow here at Lions Skate Park, beginning at 4 p.m. That's because the organization got a $16,000 donation from the family of late skater and graffiti artist Elijah Kerslake.
When Elijah passed away, a lot of the money that people donated, we put into a memorial fund for Elijah. And we knew right away that it would have to go to skateboarding. And Right to Skate is doing really good things in the city.
Sarah Kelly with Right to Skate says she's overwhelmed by the donation. She says it will help a lot of kids.
It really means so much. And I knew Elijah, and he was an important member of the community. So it's also very special to me to be able to put his name on something.
Kelly, Sheldon, and other organizers hope to see a large crowd out here at the Lions Skate Park tomorrow so people can get exposed to this sport of skateboarding that they love and maybe catch the bug themselves. Jason Warwick, CBC News, Saskatoon.
Well, if you're planning a road trip this weekend, you might want to make a stop or a few stops west of Saskatoon. The Prairie Art Road Trip is happening in several communities tomorrow. It features the work of many artisans in communities like Biggar, Purdue, and Arley. One of those artisans is a flower farmer who started her business during the pandemic with no previous experience.
Well, I was coming out of maternity leave and I didn't really want to turn to a traditional role or job in town. So kind of fell into it by accident just on social media. I wanted to see flowers and somehow started following flower farmers and thought I could do that. I don't really like growing veggies. I don't seem to be good at it, but I've turned out to be really good at growing flowers. So this was started in 2020. So every year it's kind of just been building and growing and getting more refined and having a lot of fun with it.
Duker says there are many flowers to see. That includes her original garden and a new developed area with covered growing structures. Tomorrow's event runs from 10 until 5. You can learn more about Duker and the other artisans' work by going to prairieartroadtrip.ca. Well, some people have taken advantage of this hot Friday in July to head down to Regina Beach and do some fishing. Some even having some luck in doing that. Others, though, are grabbing a spot on the sand and enjoying the water, getting a tan, or finding relief in the shade. And if you're not already at the beach, you might want to head there this weekend. Tyreek says we're in for more of this weather. He'll have your full forecast when we come back. Welcome back. We're just over an hour away from kickoff at Mosaic Stadium. The Riders meeting the Winnipeg Blue Bombers for the first time this season. And a key to the Green and White's offense has been running back A.J. Ouellette. Now, don't be surprised by his French last name. Ouellette is actually from Ohio, and we caught up with him to learn more about his gridiron roots.
I knew I loved football from the start. I think I started in second grade. But everybody thought baseball was going to be the sport that I should probably take, and I thought it was a very soft sport. So what was it, 8th grade was my last year playing baseball, and I was like, I'm going to run track, try to get a little bit faster for football. That's when I decided football was going to be my sport. Hurt a lot of people, I think, because they all loved the baseball diamonds and all that, but football has turned out great for me. Grew up, I ran the triple option in high school, so it was just 3 yards and a bucket of blood every play is what we prided ourselves on, and now it's the same system here. As I can wear them out, run through them, and then in the fourth quarter I can add a little bit more tricks to the game plan. Joining Ohio University as a walk-on, I was just like, what can I do to contribute? Live out my dream of just playing this football as long as I can. And I thought it was really just going to be college, get a degree, and go to work. And God had other plans. I thought it was going to be weird watching myself on film. New colors, new number and all that. But really it was awkward watching the 34. Going back to 45, green and white, it just, I felt like I was 20 years old again watching college film. Yeah, so I always, pride running backs in being great at any part of the game. Running, pass blocking, run blocking, whatever you need to do.
It's the mullet. There you go, baby. It's the mullet.
So in 19, when I was in Toronto, it was like a weird little comb over thing, and COVID year hit and I was lazy. So we're just gonna let it go, see what happens. And it definitely brings the superpower out. Yeah, so, but got a haircut coming up soon, so yeah. But the back is staying there, we're not trimming the back, so.
This weather update is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Regina, proud member of the Capital Automotive Group.
And weather specialist Tyreek Reed with us now. Going to be a hot one, of course, for that Rider game tonight, Ty, and another record-breaking day two.
Of course, Ethan. That heat is still sticking around with us. I wish I could start my forecast with something new, but unfortunately, yeah, we are still feeling that heat. Yesterday, we set a few new records in Buffalo Narrows. We saw that daytime high around 33.2 degrees yesterday, breaking the previous record of 29.5 in 1981. And Buffalo Narrows, Key Lake, and La Ronge actually broke a few records earlier on this week. So it's been a very, very hot week throughout most of the province, and we're still seeing that right now as we take a look at our watches and warnings boards. Heat warnings across most of the province. Still not seeing that to the southeast, but that doesn't mean that we're not feeling the heat here in southeastern Saskatchewan. As we take a look at our current temperatures right now, we're seeing temperatures in the upper 20s for most of the north. And of course, as we head down into south and central Saskatchewan, we're seeing temperatures in the 30s right now in Regina. It's around 28 degrees, but of course, course, with that humidex, it's feeling like the low 30s in a lot of areas, even close to 40. So that heat is really starting to settle in, and it's going to be sticking around with us as we head into the weekend as well. Now, we're still dealing with those wildfires. This year, we've seen around 395 active wildfires. Right now, only around 106 are active in the province, but of course, that's causing a lot of smoky conditions in mostly northern Saskatchewan, but that's quickly making its way down into south and central areas. So as we head into the weekend, we could see a few statements in place for our friends in central Saskatchewan. Right now, air quality health index levels are elevated in places like Buffalo Narrows because of this smoke. It's at a 10 plus right now. So if you're in the area, you might want to spend most of your time indoors. Keep those windows shut as much as possible. And if you are heading out, remember not to try not to be too active because of that smoke. Now, we are tracking some active weather. We had a huge downpour in Regina earlier on this afternoon. That seems to be making its way out of the city. Now, as we take a look at our outlook right now, most of that is going to head southeast tonight. Heading into tomorrow, a lot of that active weather will be in central parts of the province and also in the Churchill region to the east. And heading into Sunday, a lot of that will make its way back into central areas of the province. Now, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Of course, no surprise here. Still feeling that heat in Regina. We're going to be in the 30s for most days. Heading into next week, our hottest day looks like it's going to be on Thursday with a daytime high of 36 degrees with that humidex feeling like 39. And of course, we're not feeling that relief as we head into those later hours as well. In Saskatoon, very similar picture, seeing daytime highs in the 30s. And as we head into those later hours, overnight lows will be well above seasonal in the upper teens and even low 20s, Ethan. So this heat wave is going to be sticking around with us for quite some time.
Yeah, some uncomfortable nights ahead. And I got to say, I was also taken off guard by that thunderstorm that hit the city a little earlier this afternoon in Regina. Hopefully, looks like we're in the clear now for the game.
We are definitely in the clear for the game, Ethan.
Sounds great. All right, thanks, Tyreek.
No problem.
Well, a British railway agency has released a hair-raising video in an effort to scare people into better behavior at railway crossings. This video is a mashup of near misses. It was posted online with the headline, "What are these people thinking?" Such as when a pair of bikers attempt to sneak through a closed crossing, or an impatient truck driver busting through a lowered crossing arm. Stay with us. We're back after the break. A new movie is storming its way into theaters this weekend. Twisters tells the story of storm chasers on the U.S. plains. It's a follow-up to the classic 1996 movie Twister, of course. And one Saskatchewan storm chaser who saw the movie just last night was blown away by what he saw.
Oh my God, I promise every single one of you out there listening, go see this movie, buy the DVD, get it on streaming, wherever you can find it. This will be your new favorite movie. Twister is the movie that set the bar for the disaster genre and tornadoes. And listen, I myself and every other storm chaser out there, when we have a bad day, we put that movie on and we have some fun and we have a few drinks, guilty pleasure. This movie, Twisters, every bit as good, and they fixed all the science errors from the original movie. In Nebraska in April, I rolled up on a tornado, crossed the road right in front of us, and the scenes of disaster in real life looked exactly like the movie. Jaws like on the floor going, holy crap, they nailed it.
You mentioned there, have a bad day, you may put on the original Twister. Did that have an impact on what you do now?
No question about it. I mean, listen, everyone in this entire country, in this province, everyone who's listening right now is fascinated with weather. Whether you're a weather nerd and have the radar app on your phone or not, we're all fascinated with it. That movie in 1996 tapped into that feeling. In the original movie, the characters had words that were science words about weather, and they kind of threw them out wherever and whenever they could fit them in. But in this movie, the science was related to what was actually happening on screen. It was like opening a textbook on meteorology for the masses to say, hey, this is how a storm develops. This is why this one's going to work and this one isn't going to work. There was nothing in the movie where I could point to and say, giant flaw, giant flaw. There was nothing like that. It was fantastic. The portrayal of the culture of storm chasing and why people chase, I mean, I thought it was really, really well done. The only thing I think they missed in the storm chase sequences is that when you're in Oklahoma on a high-risk tornado day, I've been in lots of them, the traffic jams of storm chase vehicles, in the actual chase sequences where, you only see 4 or 5 vehicles, there are times in real life where we might see, 4 or 500 vehicles on the road. The one thing about the movie Twister that the storm chase community kind of goes, oh my God, this is cringeworthy, is that it did create that, right? It created that sort of, hey, I can go out and storm chase. I do fear for next storm chase season that the movie Twisters is going to bring a lot of people out of the woodwork.
And I will be one of those checking out that film. Ty is back now with a look at the weather. It doesn't look active for tonight's game.
Exactly, no. We're seeing a lot of dry conditions tonight for fans heading to the Riders game, so we don't have to worry about those showers coming back in. Heading into tomorrow morning, we're also going to be met with a lot of dry conditions in Regina, seeing temperatures in the low 20s. Heading into tomorrow afternoon, that's when we'll really start to feel that heat, of course. We're looking at temperatures around 29 degrees, but with that humidex already, it's gonna feel like 34 degrees here in Regina. So keep those water bottles by your side tonight in Saskatoon. Mainly clear skies, but of course lows way above seasonal. Heading into tomorrow morning, still seeing temperatures in the low 20s, and heading into tomorrow afternoon, it's gonna get really hot. It's gonna feel like 36 with the humidex. Ethan?
Thanks, Tyreek.
No problem.
And before we leave you, there's an initiative underway in Regina Beach that lets residents get creative and add some color to community streets. And it all starts with a simple flower pot.
Where have all the flowers gone? A long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? A long time ago.
Right now we have what's called an Adopt a Pot project, and we reach out to our nonprofits or just residents who are interested in adopting a pot. They're responsible for planting it and being innovative, and it's a competition and a challenge.
When will they ever learn? My flower pot is a celebration of music, because I really think that flowers speak to us, and they are music in their own way. My friend Paul Melson has a CD called The Songs of Regina Beach, which I thought was perfect to put in my flower pot on the guitar, because again, his songs are a celebration of life here in Regina Beach.
Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to flowers, everyone.
This year, the Regina Beach Fire Department did a barbecue roasting marshmallows, and she's made a calla look like a fire, and we have the ladies golf that have a golf bag with golf balls, and I mean, it's just so cute. We have the community garden who did, she has a salsa recipe, and everything that she's put in her pot is something that you need for salsa, to make salsa, which is great. And we're really innovative, and we look forward to see what people do each and every year.
It's fun, and it makes people happy. And I mean, what more is there to life, really, than that? When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Some beautiful displays there. That is it for us tonight and for this week. We'll be back on Monday at 6 with all your news and weather. Until then, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Stay cool.